Hey, what's up, guys? It's Mr. Joshua with another custom toy reveal. So, today I'm showing off to you guys the progression of my blue Senturion Ranger custom. Originally, I wanted this figure to be about as big as as big as one of the Lightning Collection figures, but unfortunately, as you can see here, that's not really going to happen. But it's okay. But with this figure, I've been working on it since Monday, so it's been about 3 days, give or take. It's Wednesday, so. But yesterday I actually had a lot of progression done with this figure, as you can see from the last video. Um, I bought one. I bought the original blue Centurion Ranger from the '90s back when I was a kid. I bought it for about $10 off eBay, free shipping, handling, all that great stuff. And the figure itself wasn't really in too great of condition. I remember opening the figure up yesterday and I noticed that all the gears and everything on the inside, regardless of the fact that they were aluminum or metal, but everything on the inside is just so fucking rusted, you know. And I can totally, tell that the previous owner who had it as a kid probably submerged it in the water for a significant amount of time. The outside of the figure was in, fairly good condition, but again, on the inside, it was just full of fucking rust. It was horrible. But what I did was I took the original figure and I essentially tore it all apart. And I tore it all apart. I took the shoulder pads, as you see right here. Took the shoulder pads, hollowed those out, and put them on the figure. I took the original head and used a really cool trick that I recently learned on YouTube. And it's called the hot glue trick. And what you do is you hollow out the head, you glue it. In this case, I killed two birds with one stone. I used hot glue, so I filled it and I filled the cavity and glued at the same time. And so what I did was right before it was done cooling down, I took some baby oil and I oiled that head, shoved it right in there. And bam. Jerry rigged me a fucking ball joint and a head, which is pretty awesome. It worked out pretty well, actually, And I was going to salvage that weird part on the blue Centurion's chest, where it has the flashing lights, but unfortunately, just even though the figure was 5.5 inches. The chest was like fucking ridiculous, really, really ridiculous. And originally I thought about, taking the plastic and possibly heating it up and kind of warping it a little bit. But, in the end, it just would have never worked, So I had to, basically fabricate my own. That and before I had a chance to work the plastic, I lost that chest piece. I was so pissed. I actually spent about maybe 30-40 minutes trying to look for that piece, and I was like, god fucking damn it, but long story short, I had to basically make my own, which in the end I think it came out better than just using the pre-existing chest piece, because I would have to cut that piece down so much and I probably would have ruined the integrity of the shape, That, and I was originally going to take my sculpt and just fucking sculpt the whole entire chest all over, instead of just doing one little piece. And the other things I salvaged was the little kneecap things, which in my opinion make the figure look really cool. And last but not least, I did salvage the belt buckle. And as you can see, I gotta go back in there with a Dremel and just, make everything look pretty. That's not going to come off. But yeah, it's a little belt buckle. And that's going to go on there, I think. And it's a little tiny, but it's a little bit of persuasion and a little bit of ingenuity. I think I'm going to be able to make that work. I hope. But let's see. After I installed all those pieces yesterday, and by the way, these two shoulder pieces, those those are completely removable. No, I haven't glued them into place yet, specifically because I just want to modify the arm just a little bit more, because it does have, swivel action where the arms can go up and down. I really don't want to take that away from the figure if I can. But after that, what I did was I took all the pieces off and I added some more of the sculpt. As you can see, I added the chest piece. I added these little like upper arm tassel things. I'm not really sure what they're called. I just saw that on the original figure and I thought it was cool, so I incorporated those on there. I added some weird little lower leg muscle things just because it'll make it look cooler. And as you can see, he's got some pretty cool looking feet, like from the 90s. And overall, he's looking pretty nice. What I do want to work on today is I want to work on the back of him. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do to the back of him yet. It's just, he looks so naked from behind in a good way. That he's got a nice ass. I'm not gonna lie, I would fucking tap it. But let's see. I did look up a little bit more about the background story of the Blue Senturion, and I found out that he was, again, he was from the future, and that I don't really know what the fuck he is. I'm confused and completely baffled. On his background story, it says that he's an alien robotic thing from the future. So what the fuck is he? Is he a robot? Is he a robot Power Ranger, or is he an alien that wears, Power Ranger armor? What the fuck is he? I'm just kind of confused. Cause I remember I used to watch Power Rangers Turbo when I was a kid, and I never saw what Blue Senturion looked like with his helmet off. And so I'm under the impression that he's just maybe an artificial intelligence robot that's connected to the grid, the Power Ranger Morphin grid. Maybe that's what it is, I just don't know. But I sure did like Blue Senturion. He was pretty cool. And this custom figure that I'm doing right now, I think it's it's coming out pretty nice. He's a little bit tall for my taste, which is fine. I would have preferably liked to have him about as tall as my Magna Defender, which would have been awesome. But it's okay. He just makes Magna Defender look like a fucking tiny ass motherfucker. And the reason why I am a little irritated by how tall he is, it's because I just wanted to pair him up with my other Power Ranger Lightning figures. And I kind of wish that they could have met somewhere in the middle. Maybe he just figured just a little bit shorter, but it's okay. I think he pairs up with the Power Ranger Legacy figures, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna look in my parts bin and see just how tall he is in comparison. And I was wrong. That's fucking cool. Yeah, he's a little bit shorter than the Legacy line. That's pretty fucking funny. You got tall, medium, and short. So with the Legacy line, these are about 6.5 inches. I'm gonna call him, I don't know, maybe 6.25, 6.25. And then he's supposed to be 6. So yeah, it's a little bit, it's gonna be a little bit difficult trying to pair him up with, either a Legacy or a Lightning. More than likely, I'm probably gonna pair him up with Lightning, just because I can be like, you know what? He's just a little bit taller because he's a weird fucking alien robot thing from the future. They're naturally taller. Or something, I don't know. But yeah, this is the progression of the figure. I am going to have to wait for about a month or so before the paint comes in. I bought some Mr. Hobby blue paint for the figure. I bought cobalt blue, which is about the same blues you see on the helmet here. And hopefully everything goes pretty good for this figure. I still got to do some sanding on the skull parts that I put in. Some parts need it more than others. And after I'm done with this figure, I'm gonna hold off for about a month or however long it takes for my for my paint to come in and paint them up. And I also found out that you can use a Mod Podge matte clear coat for the figures, which will get rid of the stickiness. I had no idea you can do that, so I'm probably gonna end up buying a jar of that and see what happens. Originally I wanted to use this paint right here for the figure, but the only problem is that this paint, don't get me wrong, it's it's good paint. It's decent. It's really good for watering down and shooting it through a paint gun. It's cheap and very good for that. But if you're just doing a casual brush on paint, this stuff will leave streaks like crazy. And this is the Mr. Hobby stuff that I've been using. This is the gold that I bought for my Goldar, which literally came in like a couple of days ago. With Goldar, I was kind of pissed because I bought this stuff back in November, and I just couldn't handle it anymore, so I bought this stuff, and this is what I used for Goldar, which came out pretty nice. Not gonna lie, but yeah, when you're doing custom figures like these, I personally prefer the Mr. Hobby paint because it just doesn't really leave any streaks. Like this stuff, it will leave streaks, and unfortunately, when it leaves streaks, you have to go back and gently sand and pray God it doesn't come off. But as for the review, this figure, it's looking pretty fucking badass. I definitely need to give it a couple of weapons. And right now I'm looking through my little parts bin to see what I have. With me, I'm a very big collector of Gundam, action figures, so that would probably pair up with them pretty nice. Now, I don't think that he ever had a big giant gun like this before. But of course, I'm gonna have to do some modifications to the to the handle on here, just to make it a little bit bigger, which wouldn't be that big of a problem. I can totally do that. But yeah, that's all they have for this figure. Expected to have about maybe 2 or 3 more videos. And so far I'm enjoying this figure a lot. Not sexually, maybe in the near future after it's complete, but yeah, I'm really enjoying this figure. It's pretty nice. It's kind of therapeutic in a way, and just making your own figure. And I'm pretty happy about the way this sculpt is coming out. For $10. Again, for $10 for this stuff right here, it's good. It's really lasted me a lot. And as much sculpting as I did on this figure, I hardly used any of the stuff, So, yeah, that's all I have for this figure. If you guys like my videos, please like and subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.